Hey, it's Lucy. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. The other week I had a colleague offer me a job. I was taken out for fancy coffee while he talked me through all the potential roles that I could possibly fill. Editorial lead, events lead, communications lead, technology lead. Cool, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm looking for a job when I finish, and I like editing, I like communicating, I like organising events. Yes, I'm being told. There'll be all kinds of benefits, you know, you'll be able to work remotely, you'll be able to meet fancy company execs who'll be impressed by you, you're gonna get so much experience. Cool, I'm thinking. But can I ask? I checked out your website, and in the Apply Now section, it says volunteer now. So, is this a volunteering position? Yes, that's right. He says, yes, all our recruits are volunteers. We're a not-for-profit startup. We've only just got going. There'll be so many opportunities for you here. It'll look so good on your CV. So let me get this straight. I don't say, and I regret not saying it. You're asking me to run your fancy events, and run your blog, and write you articles, and build your website, and you're not going to pay me for a job. I am going to have a PhD this time next year. I'm highly skilled, I'm very good at what I do, and for the last 3 years I have been subsisting off less than minimum wage for the hours I work. And you're telling me that for a job, I'll be working for free. No wonder this guy is buying me fancy coffee, and flattering me about my research, and flattering me about my videos. He's taken me for an absolute sucker, and people have fallen for it. I checked out the website, and there, as editorial leads and events leads, are PhD students I know who are working for free for some company to bolster their CV and make connections. And I cannot call them suckers without calling myself one, because I have said yes to these things in the past. Last month I wrote a 4,000-word long article for the Royal Astronomical Society for a magazine paid by their members, but apparently they can't pay their writers. Earlier this year I gave a lecture to some school kids at Oxford's Museum of Natural History, who I later found out were all from a fee-paying private school. Why do we do it? We are competent, qualified, highly capable people whose time is extremely valuable, and yet left, right and centre, we let people take us for an absolute ride. I wrote that article because I would like a portfolio before approaching magazines like New Scientist as a paid freelancer. I did that talk because I would like speaking experience for one day when it really matters, and also because I really don't mind talking to state school kids when they might enjoy it. I did them for the CV, same as why my colleague said I should take his job. But now I'm taking a stand against it. I am not going to let myself be sold short by someone higher up who wants to do themselves a favour by not paying me. Here's how you take a stand. You ask to be paid. You ask so subtly that for them to say no would be embarrassing for them. You want me to write a blog post for your website? Thank you so much for asking me. I usually charge X for the estimated 5 hours that will take me. How does that sound? That's so kind of you to ask me to speak at your conference. As I see this as a paid event, may I ask, how much will you be reimbursing your speakers? I would be delighted to write a short piece for your book. For 1,000 words, does X sound reasonable to you? Some just don't get back to me, and whatever, I'm hardly sat here going, oh, how shall I occupy my time? But some do. Some get back and say, that fee sounds fine, we're happy to cover travel expenses too, and they're absolutely lovely and reasonable. So make sure you're asking. A couple of things. Number one, always be polite. Oftentimes it just hasn't occurred to people to ask for a fee, and they're not out to take advantage of you. So don't be aggressive and get their backs up when you might end up working with them. Number two, do your research on what is a reasonable amount to ask for. You might not be a doctor yet, or you might not have that much experience, so don't go wild. But at the same time, do figure out what hourly rate that equates to, and then make sure it's worth your time. And number three, if they're paying for your services, you've got to bloody well make sure you're professional. Don't just wing the talk even if you would normally. Get someone to check over your blog post for errors. Set aside the time and make sure you do the job properly. Since I've started respecting myself and asking for a fee, I've had so many fantastic experiences. I've been treated professionally, I've had the chance to build some serious skills, and I've met some amazing people. It really is a win-win situation. So next time someone asks you to do something for free, saying, this will look great on your CV, just stop and ask yourself, are they doing you a favour, or are you doing them a favour? To quote one of the Batman movies, if you're good at something, never do it for free. Thank you for watching. My name is Lucy Kissick. I'm a final year PhD student at the University of Oxford, and take care.